Hello everyone! The third season of Netflix's The Witcher series is out, and it's time to share my impressions and thoughts about it. Here it is, the long-awaited finale, which the authors decided to split into two parts in an attempt to keep us in suspense and add intrigue. A month after the premiere, we finally got to see the final 3 episodes of this season, which was supposed to say goodbye to Henry Cavill as the Witcher. Or did they not say goodbye? Beware, the video may contain spoilers if you haven't watched part 2 of season 3 yet. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now we are faced with new circumstances and valid reasons to assume that things are not as clear-cut as previously thought. Let's dive into the details and make sense of this tangled story. Speaking of the final episodes, we have to admit that Netflix was once again able to bait and trick us with their cunning plans. By splitting the season into 2 parts, they have skillfully kept the viewer's interest by keeping us talking, speculating, and waiting for new episodes. But now we have the finale in front of us, and we can draw the final conclusions. The first 5 episodes weren't bad, despite some snags, and they brought a certain amount of satisfaction and hope to the story's progression. We could see a step forward in the world of The Witcher starring Henry Cavill, and that was encouraging. However, the final episodes proved to be a disappointment and shattered our expectations. Episode 6 was certainly intense and epic, and we even feel like we took an emotional dive into the amazing world of The Witcher at the time we watched this episode. Everything was in place in this episode: dynamic scenes, spectacular special effects, and interesting plot twists. It's worth noting here that the epic battle is a key moment that Netflix failed to keep secret, having previously shown it in the promo materials. This may disappoint those who were expecting an unexpected development. However, even with that said, the scene was intense and exciting, and a real highlight for Witcher fans. It's worth noting here that the epic battle is a key moment that Netflix failed to keep secret, having previously shown it in the promo materials. This may disappoint those who were expecting an unexpected development. However, even with that said, the scene was intense and exciting, and a real highlight for Witcher fans. Gradually, our attention shifted from the action to the chatter and pathetic dialogues, and this significantly reduced the overall level of fascination of the plot. After all, action and suspense is what keeps the viewer in suspense, and unfortunately, this was lacking here. Plus, the final episodes ended on some suspense and left a lot of unanswered questions. This again disappointed us, as we were expecting at least some storylines to be completed. This uncertain finale left us with some sense of understatement and dissatisfaction. On the one hand, the 6th series amazed the viewers with its exciting scenes and epicness. It feels like a significant amount of money was spent here to surprise and impress the viewers. However, as we get closer to the season finale, it becomes apparent that the funds are drying up and subsequent series suffer from a lack of funding. Financial issues arise due to unclear budget allocation, which causes dissatisfaction among viewers. It was expected that huge budgets of $20 to $25 million per episode would provide high quality and level of visual effects, but it was not enough for all episodes. Some episodes fell victim to cuts and savings, which affected the overall impression of the season. Despite a good attempt to bring the events in line with the books, the 7th episode failed to maintain the same pace and interest as the previous episodes. It became a long, drawn-out affair that bored the viewer. This caused dissatisfaction among those who expected a more dynamic and exciting ending. Of particular interest was the 8th and final episode, which was highly anticipated by the viewers. However, it did not live up to expectations. Instead of a heroic farewell to Henry Cavill, as promised by Lauren Schmidt, we saw the Witcher going off into the sunset, but without an obvious change in his character. This caused confusion and questions from viewers who were expecting something more from the finale. There are a few conclusions that can be drawn from all of this. Perhaps Netflix and the creators of the series themselves have not yet decided what to do with Henry Cavill and the replacement of the main actor. It's a complex issue that requires careful consideration, and perhaps the writers are temporarily stalling to find the best solution. It's a workable option, but it's not the only one. It can also be assumed that the denouement with the replacement of the actor decided to postpone to the next season. the creators realized that the question interests viewers most of all, and decided to use this intrigue and discussion as a tool to maintain interest in the series. After all, The Witcher is not only Henry Cavill, and the possibility of seeing a new Witcher based on book sources will make viewers wait for the next seasons. As it turns out, the pause between seasons is significantly longer, and this is due to the violent strikes of writers and actors in America. This has led to the fact that filming of Season 4, scheduled for early fall, has now been postponed indefinitely, and it probably won't even begin until early next spring, possibly not until the summer of 2025. This further exacerbates the situation with Henry Cavill and the prospect of the series continuing with Hemsworth in the lead role. If Henry's fate had already been decided, many people wouldn't have waited another 2 years to see the new Witcher and his adventures. But now the intrigue remains, and rumors about Cavill's possible appearance in the first episode of the 4th season, which have not yet been confirmed, only add new questions. Perhaps, in this way the creators want to justify the transition of the role from Cavill to Hemsworth. However, despite all these complications, the intrigue surrounding the season with Hemsworth remains. Viewers are left waiting and ready to express their opinions and speculations about what will happen to Geralt in the next season. This keeps the series interesting and keeps the discussions and theories going. Now let's revisit the final episodes of Season 3 a bit more. The season's script was the weakest link in the series, despite attempts to stick to the book. The intertwining of original moments and detritus didn't always work organically, which affected the overall feel of the season. Also, the level of acting and technical aspects such as costumes and makeup leave much to be desired. All this affects the overall quality of the series and its comparison with other outstanding projects. In the end, it can be said that the fate of The Witcher is currently in great doubt. The pause between seasons and the uncertainty with Henry Cavill only increase anxiety among fans. Nevertheless, even with this difficult situation, viewers can still be intrigued and made to wait for the next seasons with anticipation. Let's exchange opinions in the comments below this video. Subscribe to our channel and put likes if you liked it. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon.